Well, it would appear as though our special guest for this video, Tank Abbott, is not going to arrive with us, and I've fallen victim to a eBay seller that seems to just be listing wrestling figures, then not sending them, and then getting negative feedback. But seeing as though these parcels have been waiting about 3 weeks now to be opened, and bearing in mind that I actually have other videos in the mail opening series to publish, I thought I'd better get mail opening 100 finally done. Now, I didn't want to overcook this video. I did want to do like a compilation of good bits and intros and stuff like that, but in the end I thought it wasn't really worth the amount of time it would take. You know, it's not exactly the most important content in the world. It's not exactly the biggest channel in the world. And I think that these parcels are decent enough to be worthy of mail opening 100. I did hope to win something else that we could call the main event, but instead we'll just settle for these because I need to get these out of the boxes. I need to get the stuff listed on eBay that's going on eBay, and I need to get this stuff from cluttering up my room. So yeah, we got to get mail opening 100 done so we can get mail opening 101 published, then mail opening 102, and carry on from there. Yeah, 100 mail openings, guys. How many of you watched? And there's a lot of them along the way that never sort of saw the light of day, so I will be continuing to see about getting those archive videos uploaded at some stage. And mail opening 101 is a compilation of unreleased mail openings, so that should be fun. Okay, so first of all, this one is a bit of a bundle, and I couldn't really remember what was in this. Especially now it's been 3 weeks. You know me, I like to forget what's in my mail. But yeah, now I've looked in it, I totally remember it. So first of all, we have a TNA Impact Kurt Angle. You know, I always thought that these Toy Biz TNA figures would be decent sellers, and they just aren't. You know, it looks like when you go to list them, it looks like you could get a decent price for them, and then the decent price just never comes. No one ever buys it. You reduce it. I've had Christian Cages listed for like 3 years at this point. Reduced. I've got AJ Styles. It's been up there for a while. Maybe Kurt Angle will fare better. We've got a Titantron Live Rob Van Dam. I don't come across a lot of these, so, you know, I don't really know how that'll sell. Hopefully well. We've got a Festus. And it's taken me 3 years to sell the last Festus I got. And the arms on this one are horrific. So probably won't do much better with that. We've got a Sylvain Grenier, I believe it's Sylvain Grenier. I mean, is it Rene Dupree? It could be Rene Dupree. Yeah, it doesn't have the Titantron Live arm, so that's good. It's still what it is, though. We got a Deluxe Aggression Daivari. Could do with a bit of a clean. But since it's one arm, I'm not going to put him in the Big Bath box, because there's stuff in there that's needed listing for like a year now, because I just never get around to cleaning any of it. We got a Tajiri. I think these are reasonably good for a Jakks Pacific figure. They don't really sell for much money, but they do sell, so yeah, it's not bad. I would like a collection of Tajiris, but you know, all the ones I get have like no eyebrows, no beard, all that kind of stuff. We've got Spirit Boy Johnny. Back in the day, I had 100 custom ideas for him, just because, you know, the head was kind of generic. Robbie E in TNA, Nick Mondo, whatever, you know, not bad. We got a Finishing Moves Bubba Dudley, which is filthy. This one will go in the Fig Bath. This got you can't really see it, but there's just dirt all over it. Hideous head scan, obviously. Yeah, hideous style of figure, quite frankly. One of the highlights of this one, though, so you guys can see that it's not a complete whiff, is this Elite Adam Rose. And I picked this up figuring either it's an upgrade for Adam Rose in the DSW Endless Love Train, or potentially a custom body. It's fairly generic in terms of, like, size and, you know, the pant style and all that kind of stuff. You know, you could easily paint over those pants and, you know, move him on to be someone else. So, yeah, worth having around. Next up, bane of my existence, a Ruthless Aggression Undertaker. Does not bear thinking about. Moving straight on to a Titantron Live Stone Cold Steve Austin. And unless I'm mistaken, this might be... No, I don't think it is. I was going to say this might be the exact Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was the original DSW Stone Cold Steve Austin, but mine had articulated elbows. You know, Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold. It's another Shelton Benjamin, but he has got the t-shirt on this time, so it's a little bit more interesting. Or not, depending on whether you want your figures to have shirts on or not. He could probably do with just being listed straight away and hope for the best that that'll go. We have a Deluxe Aggression Tommy Dreamer. This should sell. I don't know what for, but it should sell. You know, the Tommy Dreamer name should get him back out the house, presumably, hopefully. And the last two things we have here, a couple more highlights. We have a UFC figure that I literally don't know who it is. And it could do with a bit of a clean. The head is enormous. It is massive. It is unconscionably huge. It could do with a bit of a clean, but the upper joints are incredibly tight, like crazy tight. The legs are fairly tight considering how wobbly these Jakks UFC figures are. I don't think in my unboxing of Chuck Liddell I really did justice to just how wobbly these are, just how much they struggle to stand up. But yeah, by the time I come to edit this video, I'll have probably Googled who this is and have put this up on the screen. But yeah, I figured UFC figures, they're always worth money. Possible extra guy in Ultimate Fist, especially since, like I say, the joints are in really good condition. Probably could use it a bit and then sell it on if not. And the final thing we have here is another Elite. This one is straight on eBay, and it is a Randy Savage. This wouldn't have been a bad pickup, although I do already have a Randy Savage Elite, the Ultimate Maniacs one, that I got in a bundle ages ago, and then obviously we've got the Macho King one now as well. But, you know, it's definitely not bad for just a random piece in a bundle. I can't really remember what we paid for this lot, but yeah, you know, I feel like we can get a decent whack of money back for this, as well as having a couple of bits that are perhaps worth holding on to. Now this second parcel we have is a bit more weird. It's one figure, a couple of accessories. I paid £12 something for it, I think, but I knew that at some stage when I would want the accessories in here, I would pay that anyway for them. So I thought I may as well just go ahead and get the other bits and then try and sell off what I don't want. What I'm going to try and do is get into this somehow. And this is the main event, really, because, I mean, it's got the best part, the most important part for DSW in it, really. You know, hopefully we can get some decent monies for some of them figures. But the real main event is in here. Oh, I think this is in an ice cream tub. That's kind of funny. Right. Just get me scissors unstuck from my fingers. There we go. It is a creamy vanilla Gianni's ice cream. Interesting. What do we have in here? We have a ladder with red tips. So that'll go straight. Very plasticky smell there. That'll go straight in an accessories bundle, along with this other accessory we have here, which is a WCW trash can. Cool enough. The figure is a random Titantron Live Vince McMahon. And then the main event of this entire video is these two blue Legion of Doom shoulder pads, which I don't have. I picked up basic Legion of Doom figures so that I would have some form of that. I think that was sometime last year, and I did a mail opening on that. I bought two bundles because one was in each bundle for about 20 something pound, I think, and then obviously sold everything else off, or listed everything else. I probably still have a load of it, to just make sure I had some form of LOD, but they didn't have the shoulder pads, and I knew at some stage I would want them, and obviously, you know, it's just increased the value of them if I ever wanted to sell them, to get rid of them. So yeah, I knew I would. I knew I would pay that to get the accessories for them. As much as it is an absurd total price to pay like 30 quid for some basics, but at the end of the day, it's not just some basics. It's not just 30 quid because, but at the end of the day, it's not 30 quid because of all the stuff we can sell off as well. So it's probably more like still 20, 25. But yeah, it's, you know, it's a needs must scenario. So now we're going to finish the video on a glow up. I'll just have to go get the boys. You know that thing where you're looking around for something for ages and they're right in front of your face? Yeah. So here we go. Hawk, animal, you both are granted shoulder pads. And these will look great if I ever do the NWA figure fed. I've thought about doing multiple times, which would probably be more of a classic fed than a modern NWA fed, now that modern NWA is garbage. But yeah, look at them. Look at the boys. I don't actually know, to be completely honest. I probably said at the start that these were the Mattel basic ones. I actually don't know if these shoulder pads are for basics or for classic superstars. Literally don't have a clue. Don't really care because they look fine. They're the right color and everything. They match as well. So it's all good to me. And these guys, maybe we need to find some room on the shelf for you guys now. Maybe we need to do that. But that being said, that is everything that I have for you guys today. So if you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. If you've never watched any of my mail opening videos before, there's 99 other ones after it. There'll be another one next week and another one the week after that. So subscribe, check out the mail opening playlist in the end screen. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for 100 mail openings. You know, it's the favorite content of probably my most loyal subscribers, and it's really easy. It's no effort at all to do. It's just part of life that I'm going to buy figures to sell, buy figures to keep. So it's really nice that people enjoy engaging with that part of my life. So yeah, just thanks for sticking with the series. And goodbye, guys. You know what's frightening? If I spent £10, which I've obviously spent on average way more than that, on every mail opening, I'll have spent £1,000 on mail openings. But I have sold most of that on eBay and definitely made way more than that on eBay. And I do get a lot of bargains. Yeah.